Says I'm live. There you go. Here we are. Nope, this is not working. Oh, it is. Hello. That was an interesting experience trying to get on. My camera is not working in Facebook. And so hey Kate. And so I'm hacking my own system. Because interestingly, this topic that I want to talk about this morning feels really, they're always edgy for me. Though, yeah, something about the fact that my Facebook wasn't working for this had me like, my stubbornness really coming in. I was like, I'm going on. Let's make this happen. So, anyway, hello. My name's Phoenix, and this is episode 13 of Behind the Mask. It is my social experiment in showing up unmasked, raw, vulnerable, allowing myself to carve this channel, the channel, carve the channel so I can get out of my own way and share more of myself in the world unapologetically, and trusting that this is also an invitation to anybody who chooses to do the same for themselves. I'm writing myself my permission slip. Maybe you will do the same for yourself. So today's theme that I want to talk about is being the one. And it's such a juicy topic for me. I could go on for a long time. And again, when I come on here live, I never know what's going to come out because my own insecurities or doubts are like, oh shit, I'm live. And I'm just going to go for it because it feels really important and it's really moving for me. And this is a journey that I'm on, kind of learning to express myself and seeing myself in all of the reflections that the world and life has to offer. So where do I begin? Being the one. It's so good because I live in a very mythic reality. And in my mythic reality, I believe that I'm the one that is here to show up for myself and to heal myself. And it's in so many of the stories and so many of the myths that we have received as humans on this planet. And yet there's also a fear of being the one. Like, I'm always looking for the one out there. Are you the one? Are you the one? Are you the one? Is he the one? Is she the one? But what happens when we actually take responsibility and come home to ourselves and recognize that you're the one, I'm the one, we're the ones? And I know it may sound cliche, we're the ones we've been waiting for, but yep, we really are. And that is really exciting because God knows I don't trust, I don't really trust like the powers, the bigger powers that be in the world to tend to me and to the ones I love and to this earth in a good way. They've proven to do a pretty shitty job. So how do we reclaim that responsibility and come home to ourselves and claim ourselves as the ones that we've been waiting for? I remember living in Japan about 20 years ago, 21 years ago. And this beautiful brother, Takeshi, I remember gave me this piece of art that he made for me. And there was a quote, and I don't know who the quote comes from, but it says, if not, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? You are the one. And that's always stuck with me. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? You are the one. And for those of you who know me, you know that my favorite documentary is The Matrix. And I call it a documentary thanks to my brother Ragnar, who I spoke about last week in the Love is the Answer episode, who used to always say, yeah, that Matrix, it's such a good documentary. And it really is. It's one of my favorite documentaries. And you'll hear me speak often about my coach, my counselor, my coach, my mentor. I call him Morpheus. Um, and that's with the acknowledgement that this human is really in support of my growth, my evolution, my development. Because I'm Neo. In my reality, I'm Neo. I'm training up to claim myself as the one, the hero of my own story. And so I was talking to Morpheus today, and yeah, yeah, this I can take this topic and this theme in so many different directions because it is such a big overarching theme in my life, as I'm sure it is in everybody's life. If we really think about it, we all, in some way, shape, or form, the world, the universe revolves around you. It revolves around me, like in my own bubble, in my own reality. And we are here in service to something bigger than ourselves, though the only lens and perspective that we can truly act from is this one, this one. And yeah, so I've got my struggles like any other human, especially in relational dynamics. And as I'm finding my way, humbly finding my way, and like learning to kind of, rather than projecting the wounds and uh, the triggers outward, like how can I just keep on looking in and seeing where these triggers and these wounds are actually here, showing me a deeper part of myself. And and so I'm going to be nonlinear as I am. So I just started this course on working with the bees, bee shamanism, which I'm really really fascinated by. And this course is going to be all about dreaming and visioning, dreaming awake, because that's something that really inspires me. It's like I can't rely on the government or like the bigger necessarily, like the collective, to kind of get their shit together as our kind of world is collapsing around us. So what feels most empowering to me is to actually take responsibility and do my best to play my part and heal myself, and trust that in some small way, shape, or form, my doing my inner work and my healing myself and my taking responsibility for myself is going to make a ripple. I really believe that, and I'm a big stand for that, especially in this like dreaming and visioning this world my heart knows is possible. I'm doing my part to take as much responsibility for my life and the way that I walk through the world and express in the world and connect into the bigger web that I'm a part of. So going back, I started this bee shamanism course. Hey Rita, I just started this bee dreaming course just yesterday, and interestingly, a couple of days before I was getting ready for this course that just began, I woke up in the morning and I was feeling really sad because of some, yeah, personal dynamics I have with particular people. And yeah, this one brother in particular that I'm not currently in touch with. Those of you who've been watching, I talk about this brother often 'cause it's a big part of my healing journey at the moment. And feeling really sad that we're not in touch, and just like feeling really angry of like all these triggers that have been arising. And I woke up in the morning and my first thought was like, we're all part of the same hive. We're all part of the same hive, and we're all here in service to the queen, the source, the Mother Earth. We're all part of this bigger hive in service to Mother Earth. And can you play your role as impeccably as you can to serve the queen, to serve the mother, to serve the hive? Don't worry about what that person is doing. Don't worry about what that person is doing. It's like, if we look at the bees, they're like such amazing teachers for our life. And I'm just starting to dive into this body of work that I'm really, really excited for. It feels like a part of me is waking up, um, and really inspired to learn more about the honeybees and the way that they work and the way that they're here to teach us. Hey, Shane. And so, in this morning waking dream that told me, hey, don't worry about what these other people are doing. Just play your part. Just serve the queen, play your part, trust that the rest of the hive is going to take care of itself. It really inspired me to recognize that, again, I just keep being reminded, like, I cannot change or shift what somebody else is doing, or a choice that somebody's making for their life. Who am I to sit here and judge them or criticize them or blame them? It's like everybody's on their own journey, and I'm on my own journey. And so, can I trust, and I do, that I'm in service to the queen, the queen of the hive, the Mother Earth? And I've got this role that I play. It might not be entirely fleshed out, but I fucking know that I'm in service to the queen, to the mother of this hive, that I'm a part of, this beautiful collective dreaming that we're all a part of. And the more and more that I align myself with my particular role, can I trust that everything else is going to be take care of itself? Because I can't. No one of us can take care of every role. It's a collective effort. And so again, recognizing this on my journey of being the one, like, fuck, we've been kind of, so many of us who've, like, especially those of us who have worked with plant medicines and psychedelics, like, I know I'm not the only one that, like, there comes a time where you're like, oh my God, I'm the one. And then there's like this humbling that happens, this humbling. It's like, oh no, I'm not the one. We're all the ones, but I'm the one, and we're all the ones. And this kind of dance of, like, we're all the ones, but I'm the one, and you're the one, but I'm the one too. Like, we're all actually the ones. Like, we're all the ones playing our role. And how can we choose responsibly to play our role as impeccably, as as impeccably as possible, as impeccably as possible? Like, yeah, we're gonna fuck up. Yeah, we're gonna make mistakes. Yeah, we're gonna fall. Yeah, we're gonna feel our breaking open, our cracking open, our fragile, human, messy experience. And we're also, like, great, powerful, dreaming beings capable of so much. And that dance between the both, because when we look at the beehive, and again, I'm just, like, starting to dive in, and I'm so excited to dive in more deeply. It's like we're all these individual honeybees feeding this one hive, but the one hive, it's a super organism. It's a super organism. It's like one living collective consciousness, though it's made up of all of these individual pieces. So the same when we kind of say we're all one. Yeah, we're all one, but we all have these individuated personalities and our own individuated experiences, and we all have these different roles that we play and these different journeys that we take. Though ultimately, it's all feeding into the one bigger super organism. And so, as I was talking with Morpheus this morning, my coach, I was like, you know, really feeling the the effects of this. He told me, he asked me a question about, yeah, he's like, if there was a button that you could press, that as soon as you press that button, the emotional entanglements you have with this person would just go away. Would you be ready? Like, would you press that button? And I sat there with it, and I started crying, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready. Like, I'm not ready. Like, there's a part of me that's not ready to press the button that would just instantaneously release me and free me from my emotional entanglements with this particular person. And I know that this could be translated into so many other dimensions of my life. And how I answered was, no, I'm not ready, but I can feel myself getting ready. Like, I can feel my strength and my willingness and my personal power growing to the point where it's like, I can see, I know that this button, this metaphorical button that will free me from these entanglements, I can see it. I actually know it exists. And I know that I'm on my own journey of evolving and growing, and these entanglements and these wounds and these triggers and these traumas, they've actually been part of what's been supporting me to align more deeply to my own personal purpose and my own personal, like, magic and wisdom. Like, grit and grime helps us grow. That's an inevitability of being human. And so I made this declaration to him, to my to Morpheus, to my coach, it's like, I'm not ready yet, though I can feel myself preparing to let go. Like I can feel myself preparing because I know that what's on the other side of me kind of pressing this button of freeing myself is is like is a deepening, a, a, a readiness to fully welcome what is aligned to my life right now. Because currently, as I'm still entangled to these past versions of myself, like what's calling me forward can't fully meet me because I'm not fully emotionally ready and available to meet it. But yet my soul is longing to be ready and to be met and to be available to meet what's on the other side of this let go. And it's fear that keeps me holding on. And yet I can feel myself getting ready to. And so as I was talking about this with my coach this morning, it's like, fuck, like this whole idea, this notion of being the one. It's like, how many of us have our own personal button, like this metaphorical button that if and when we're ready to press it, it's going to just like free up so much of our own personal energy and personal power so that we can fully meet the the version of ourselves that we've been like praying for, that we've been envisioning, that we know is there for us, but actually we're simultaneously the same one that's afraid to fully welcome it in. And so I could just see, it's like, how many of us have these personal buttons that are just like, I see it, I don't want to press it, I don't want to press it. And how many of us, like even just on a collective scale, there's like these metaphorical buttons that we know if we press them, something will shift, something dramatically will shift that will free us and allow us to welcome in this kind of new paradigm, this next version of self that is ready and waiting for us to birth into it, or it's ready to birth us, whichever way you want to look at it. And as I was kind of remembering this, or kind of receiving this in my own kind of processing, it's like, oh my gosh, like we're all just sitting around, this button, like you pressed it, you press it, you press it, I don't want to press it. Fuck, like I want to press it, I'm gonna press it, I'm gonna press that button. Because I'm ready and I'm not ready, like I'm ready and I'm not ready. I'm working my way up. I'm working my way kindly, patiently, compassionately, lovingly, devotedly, working my way towards like pressing that button, metaphorical button that is going to free me and disentangle me from all of these entanglements that keep me bound into a past version of myself that is no longer in service to me or the world or the hive. Like I've made a certain commitment that I'm in service to the hive. I'm in service to the queen. I'm in service to the mother. I'm in service to source. And yet I'm like, I'm traveling, I'm navigating, I'm traversing these like these like dragons and these demons, and like, it's such a mythical reality that I live in. And that makes sense to my mind. Like when I look at the world and all this automated shit, like it just makes no sense to me. Though the magical, mythical, dreaming being that's inside of this body, like myth makes sense. And so I might be considered crazy, though it's the kind of crazy that works for me. And that's obviously working for my life and obviously working for the relatives that are closest to me, and maybe those who I don't even know yet, by simply me choosing to be the one, to be the one inside of myself that is like courageously forging this unknown terrain, saying yes, 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 yes to more life, yes to more life, and to the healing and to the severing of the binds that no longer serve me. So, yeah, being the one, having the courage to be the one. What does that look like in your life to be the one? What are the buttons that are there like staring at you like, "Ooh, press me," and you're like, "Oh, no, I don't want to," because change is scary. Change is scary. It's really scary. It's really scary. I get it. I get it. The tender little girl inside of me, she's terrified of like, ooh, though there's also this excitement and passion, like what is on the other side, what is possible when we unleash our imaginations, when we unleash our dreaming capacity, when we give ourselves permission to be the one, like the hero in our own lives. Nobody else is coming to save the day. Like nobody else is coming to save the day. But if every single one of us chose to be the one, like we wow, what we would be capable of, what we already are capable of. Though, this is stuff that it's not like, I don't want to get all conspiratorial. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just gonna choose to trust in my own knowing, and like my own knowing of this one self, this super organism that I'm a part of, and this individuated piece of the whole that I am. And I'm gonna choose to serve that one source, that one force of love, that one source of connection as best as I can, by simply showing up day in, day out, moment by moment, and saying, yes, yes, I'm going to start clearing the way. I'm going to start clearing the way so that I can have the courage and the willingness to press the button that is going to free me. And so that I can actually welcome in what is fully aligned for my life. Because this is it. This is the life. This is the one life. I came in to live it as fully as possible. No holds barred, balls to the fucking wall, Like there is no other way for me personally. And I want to be around other people who are choosing to live this way. I want to be around the other ones, again, coming back to my brother Ragnar that passed away 2 years ago. I was inspired to speak about him last week. That told me The Matrix is like the best documentary. And like he also used to say, find the other ones, find the other ones, like this, find the other ones, find the other ones, the other ones, So I'm one. I'm choosing to be the one. Are you choosing to be the one? And let's find the other ones. So courageously, we can stop like looking at this thing that's like, oh, we're afraid of, and be like, we got this. Let's do this. Yeah, let's see what's on the other side. Yeah, that's my inspiration today. Being the one. So, being the one, serving the hive, serving the mother, serving the queen, playing our roles as impeccably as possible. You do your thing, I do my thing, but just like we're all doing the same. We're all doing the same thing. And maybe there's different hives. I don't need to go in all esoteric and stuff, because I know there's lots of different forces at play here. And again, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna choose to stay focused on like the path and the purpose that's before me. And I know I choose love. I know I serve love. And therefore, I'm going to serve love as best as I can by first and foremost serving this one love inside of here and being a ripple effect in the world. So, thank you for witnessing. I'll be back next week with another episode.